The damage in Cott County stretches for miles after floodwaters swept through parts of the community, damaging homes and even vehicles like this one behind me. Underneath it is another truck. The clock is ticking for Chinese-owned TikTok to sell the app to an American company, as 3 federal judges ruled to uphold a law banning the app. Congress passed legislation in April that President Biden signed into law that requires TikTok's Chinese owner ByteDance to sell the app by January 19th. If the company doesn't sell, the app will be banned in America. TVA and the TWRA are conducting a sports fish survey to see if Hurricane Helene had an overall impact on the health of the fish who call this lake home. Mike Simon was just out here 20 minutes ago, and during that time, it was still snow and sleet. Now it's changed to rain. My jacket is covered in raindrops. Just days ago, this dairy farm was faced with the very real possibility of selling off all its herd after a vacuum pump froze. But now, thanks to the power of social media and a technician, this farm is still in business. High winds late Sunday night caused a major problem for a Blount County family. A huge tree fell and barely missed the Williams home. Forever Heard is making waves as a new way to leave a heartfelt message. You simply pick up the phone, leave a message, then hang up. For seniors and people with disabilities, finding a ride to a doctor's appointment or a grocery store can be hard. That's why a volunteer-assisted program in Knoxville and Knox County is connecting these riders to volunteers to take them on errands and socialize. It did, and now I'm so excited because we have the real thing that we're going to show you a little later. I just want to show you all, though, twinning, like the lights. The Walk for Peace monks are spreading a simple but powerful message: peace. And now that journey brings them to Morristown. Every gravestone tells a story, and people in Knoxville had the chance to help protect those stories for future generations. Jonathan Appel's 48 States Gravestone Restoration Workshop made a stop here in Knoxville at Oddfellow Cemetery, offering free training for anyone interested in historic preservation. Well, ladies, I've been to a One Knock soccer game last year, and it was super fun, so I might come tonight, miss out on a little bit of sleep. Yeah. And I'll send it back to you in the studio. I'm on the nice list, everyone. I want y'all to know that Santa is actually my photographer right now, so he's shaking his head no, but I want y'all to know I am on the nice list. No coal for me this year. An update out of Dollywood this morning. The eagle has landed. The American Eagle Foundation says one of 3 bald eagles that escaped an enclosure at Dollywood is now back home at the park. Julia, I have some plans in a few hours. Should I pack a jacket? What should I bring?
We'll just let Bear go to whoever the good fit is.
Well, y'all heard that right here. If you say that you saw Bear on Channel 10, then the adoption fee will be waived if you are a good fit. Well, thank you so much for joining us. A local musician's longtime love of both gospel and jazz music has turned into a thriving career. Brian Clay is the host of Jazzpirations. He also operates his own radio station, WJZF, which is 91.5 on the radio. This week, he was on our 10 About Town podcast to talk about his radio station and a fun event they're presenting called Jazz and Jokes. It's on July 24th at the Broadway Event Center in Knoxville. Brian's band will perform, as will his longtime friend, comedian Yoshi So. You hear it before you really notice it. A steady sound marking the hours inside this retirement community. When Lloyd Kaler moved to Parkview Senior Living 3 years ago, time stood still.
If you give me the key, I'll make it work.
Today, Lloyd is the only one trusted with the key.
And I only have the only key that is available to get into this.
Inside, the clock was untouched, never oiled or adjusted.
All the weights were in the bottom of this thing, and the chains and everything else.
Using experience from owning his own grandfather clock and with the help of a clock surgeon, Lloyd brought the clock back to life.
That is...
Now, every few days, he adjusts the weights with a carefully gloved hand, keeping the balance.
If that pendulum gets off at all, it's not going to keep time properly.
The clock now chimes every quarter hour, a sound residents have learned to listen for.
They didn't pay attention to it before. They just walked by and it was there. But now, when it chimes, they all do a double take.
For Lloyd, the sound means something more. Lloyd has a pacemaker to keep his own heartbeat steady.
I associate that with the heart of this. This is the heart. And just like this is my heart.
So when the clock chimes, Lloyd stops.
I stop and listen. I really do. And it means as much today as it did when I first started it.
At 94 years old, he says this small job gives him purpose.
It really gives me satisfaction and gratification that the people like it now.
And as long as he walks these halls,
As long as I'm here, I'll take care of it.
reporting in Knoxville, I'm Lauren Davis.
Over this way, there's caterpillars.
2 years after an accident changed his life forever, Isaiah Springer is celebrating milestones he once wasn't sure he'd reach. He graduated high school with great grades, earned the Hawk Award, the school's highest honor, and this fall, he'll be studying at Tennessee Tech.
I want to major in psychology mainly because my brain has been going through so many changes ever since my accident. And mental health is one of the biggest crises we have in the world, so I want to help fix that.
His path to college hasn't been easy. Last summer, Springer attended a 6-week program at the Carroll Center for the Blind, where he learned skills that helped him become more independent, from navigating with the white cane to cooking for himself. He says those experiences have prepared him for life away from home.
College is really where it's going to be tough because I'm an adult now, so I'll have to remember to wake up on time, go to my classes, do my homework, because there's not as much as a safety net when you're doing K through 12.
His mother, Courtney Roberts, says watching him leave for college is emotional, but she's confident he's ready.
It's a little scary. I'm also a little bit ready, but it is a little scary. But this is just the next part of growing up, and whether he had vision or not, having a high school senior graduate and go off to college is scary for everyone.
Looking back, Isaiah says he doesn't focus on what he lost. Instead, he's grateful for what remains.
Every day I'm just thankful to be able to be walking and to be able to live, and the only thing that my accident honestly took away from me was a little bit of use of my right arm and my eyes.
Now, as he prepares for the next chapter, he hopes others facing difficult circumstances remember they don't have to face them alone.
Take a moment and look at the people around you and see how much they care about you. Because, trust me when I say this, I would not be here if it wasn't for my family and friends. They are truly the brightest light in my life, and they help guide my path.
Tennessee House Democrats say they expected backlash after protesting during last week's special session on redrawing congressional maps. But Representative Sam McKenzie says receiving letters removing Democrats from House committees still marked a sad day for Tennessee politics.
To take every Democrat off committee is unprecedented.
McKenzie says Democrats wore white and peacefully linked arms in protest after lawmakers approved new congressional maps dividing Memphis into 3 districts. He argues the punishment silences voters across the state.
I represent 70,000 people, just like he does. He has the right to speak up. I have the right to speak up as well.
Representative Gloria Johnson echoed those concerns.
About 1.5 million Tennesseans are losing their representation on those committees.
Johnson says lawmakers were protesting what she called an unnecessary special session focused on changing congressional districts in the middle of an election cycle.
They wanted to remove representation from a majority black county, and they did that, and then that wasn't enough. They removed representation from all the Democrats in this state.
Maryville College political science professor Marco Gorman says the move raises questions about representation and the legislative process.
Who do I talk to? I thought I elected a Democrat. I thought that person was going to be in the House speaking on my behalf on issues. Where they go? What can you do next?
He says another unanswered question is whether committees can effectively function without bipartisan participation.
Legally, they might be able to do that, but I think in terms of just good public policy and good democratic process, small d democratic process, you hope both sides are heard.